Imagine you just got paid. Your salary hits your bank account, and for exactly 1 moment, maybe 2 seconds, you feel wealthy. Then the rent notification comes, then the car payment, then the groceries, then the subscription you forgot you had. And before you've even had time to make a single conscious decision about your money, half of it is already gone. Sound familiar? Here's the part nobody talks about. That feeling, that helpless, blinking at your bank balance feeling, has nothing to do with how much you earn. Studies show that people earning $30,000 a year and people earning $130,000 a year describe their relationship with money in almost identical terms. Stressed, out of control, like the money just disappears. So what if the problem isn't how much money you make, but that you've never actually given your money a job to do? That's exactly what the 50-30-20 rule is supposed to fix. It's one of the most talked about budgeting frameworks in personal finance. Some people swear it changed their life. Others say it's oversimplified nonsense. Today, we're going to break it down completely. And by the end, you'll know whether it actually works, and more importantly, whether it'll work for you. Most people approach budgeting the same way. They tell themselves they'll be more careful this month. No plan, no system, just willpower. And willpower, as psychologists have proven repeatedly, is one of the least reliable tools for managing behavior, especially when money is involved. The reason willpower fails isn't weakness, it's decision fatigue. Every single day, you make hundreds of small financial micro-decisions. Coffee or no coffee, lunch out or pack food, click the sale or ignore it. Each decision drains a little mental energy. And by the time you're sitting on the couch at 9 p.m., your brain is exhausted. And exhausted brains spend money impulsively. This is why most budgets fail within the first 3 weeks. Not because people don't care, but because the budget asks them to make perfect decisions every single day. And humans simply aren't wired for that. The 50-30-20 rule tries to solve this by replacing daily willpower with a single upfront decision. Here's how it works. You take your monthly take-home pay, the actual amount that lands in your account after taxes, and you divide it into 3 buckets. The first bucket is 50%. This goes to your needs: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, health insurance. These are the non-negotiables, the things that would genuinely cause a crisis if you didn't pay them. The second bucket is 30%. This goes to your wants: dining out, streaming subscriptions, weekend trips, clothes you don't strictly need, hobbies. This isn't guilt money. This is intentional enjoyment, and that distinction matters enormously. The third bucket is 20%. This is your future: savings, debt repayment beyond the minimum, investments, emergency fund. This is the bucket that actually builds wealth over time. That's the whole framework. 3 numbers, 3 buckets. 1 decision made once a month instead of 300 decisions made every day. The elegance of it is genuinely psychological. Our brains struggle with abstract goals like save more because there's no clear boundary, no finish line, no visible progress. But when you tell your brain, 30% of my money is for fun and I can spend every dollar of it guilt-free, something remarkable happens. You stop the mental tug of war. You stop second-guessing every purchase. You stop feeling like every coffee is a moral failure. Now here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the part most finance videos skip entirely. The 50-30-20 rule isn't just a math formula. It's a psychological architecture for how you relate to money. And that matters more than the specific percentages. Think about what the 30% wants bucket actually does. It gives you permission. And permission is one of the most underrated tools in personal finance. When people feel restricted, when every purchase feels forbidden, they don't spend less. They binge. They tell themselves they'll be good all week, and then blow everything on a Friday night because deprivation is psychologically exhausting. Financial researchers actually call this the what the hell effect. Once you've broken the rule once, you throw the whole rule out. The 30% bucket eliminates that pattern entirely. You're not breaking the rule when you buy something you enjoy. You're using the rule exactly as intended. But here's the honest truth about the 50-30-20 rule that most people don't want to hear. It was designed for median incomes in a specific economic era. If you live in a city like New York, San Francisco, or London, 50% of your income might not come close to covering rent alone. And if you're carrying significant student loan debt or credit card balances, 20% towards savings and debt may not be aggressive enough to make real progress. So the rule can break. And when it breaks, people assume they failed. But the framework didn't fail. The assumption that one set of numbers fits every income, every city, and every financial situation is what fails. So what should you actually do with this? Use the 50-30-20 rule as a starting diagnostic, not a permanent prescription. Sit down this month and calculate where your money actually went. Not where you planned for it to go, where it actually went. Then map those real numbers against the 3 buckets. That comparison alone will tell you more about your financial health than any other exercise. If your needs are eating 60 or 70%, that's not a discipline problem, that's a structural problem. It means your income isn't aligned with your cost of living, and the solution isn't a stricter budget. It's a strategy shift, whether that's increasing income, relocating, or cutting one major fixed expense. If your wants are eating 40 or 50%, that's behavioral. That's where awareness and the permission structure of the 30% bucket can genuinely change your habits. And if you're investing less than 20%, even 10% is a powerful starting point. The specific number matters less than the habit of the number being automatic. Set it up so the 20% moves into savings or investments the same day your paycheck arrives. Before you see it, before you spend it, before your brain even registers it as available money. The 50-30-20 rule is not a magic formula. No single rule ever is. But it represents something more valuable than math. It represents the idea that money without a plan is just noise. And the moment you give every dollar a specific purpose, you stop reacting to your finances and start directing them. The real question isn't whether the 50-30-20 rule works. The real question is whether you're willing to make one intentional decision about your money instead of hundreds of unintentional ones. Because wealth isn't built in the moments you earn more. It's built in the moments you decide what to do with what you already have. Subscribe this channel for more finance videos. Thank you.